students, never attempt to choose tobacco because the addiction syndrome shall drag you too long.
I think what these people are saying is the truth, and I better take their advices, because since I started smoking, I have been feeling unusual pains in my body. So as from today, you are my enemy, and I will never ever smoke you again.
Before officially presenting the prestigious World No Tobacco Award to the Brufut Law Basic School headmistress, WHO country rep Dr. Thomas Sukwa had a word for the students.
The message I have for the students or the pupils is that the choice is clear. The choice between tobacco or health is indeed very clear. I hope you are going to choose health and not tobacco.
This year's World No Tobacco Day is themed Tobacco Industry Interference. The theme launches a vigorous campaign against the interference of the tobacco industry with the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control. So what is the Gambia government's stance in achieving the aspirations of this year's theme?
The guidelines to the implementation of Article 5.3 states that parties are recommended to raise awareness about the tobacco industry's interference with parties' tobacco control policies. On this day and throughout the following year, we will continue to fight against tobacco industry's interference with relentless and strategic efforts to control the global tobacco epidemic. The Gambia became a party to the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Control after its ratification in June 2007 and has started implementing the provisions therein.
Fearful as the dangers of tobacco are, one can always take comfort in the fact that the menace is preventable. One person trying to do that is Yaya TK Sanyang. After 35 years of smoking, he told the gathering as of mid-last night, he has decided to give up on smoking. He was asked to share his experience with the gathering.
I suffered from a huge financial loss as a result of a very heavy smoker. At this place, I cannot even estimate how much I spoiled on smoking, leaving out my family.
The ceremony, also characterized by unveiling of a no-smoking pledge, was one that amply demonstrates that the anti-smoking campaign is continuing to gather pace. Modu Lamin Sise, Grts News.
The report that you just saw is on World No Tobacco Day, where representatives of a broad spectrum of organizations on Thursday gathered to mark the day. We now go back to the story where the Taiwanese President Ma Ying-jeou has donated 7 bulls and 5 camels to the Jammeh Foundation for Peace. The animals were handed over to officials of the beneficiary institution by Samuel Shan, the Taiwanese ambassador to the Gambia. Babukar Kamara has more.
I'm very honored on behalf of my President, His Excellency, President Ma Ying-jeou, to be here to present the donation of 7 bulls and 5 camels to Jammeh Peace Foundation.
It is a reciprocal gesture on the hands of benevolence between President Jammeh and Ma Ying-jeou of Taiwan, emanating from his state visit earlier this year.
He was very happy to receive that. But the problem is that it's hard for him to bring back to Taiwan. He instructed the embassy to find a reliable organization for public welfare to transact this gift from President Jammeh.
ROC is a true friend of Jammeh Foundation. Over the years, they've done a lot for the foundation. Not to receive these 7,000 bulls, but they've done a lot since the inception of the foundation. So we cannot thank them enough. And I just want to reiterate our profound gratitude through the ambassador to President Ma for his foresight and generosity and benevolence in giving us these animals.
The animals, fit and healthy, are part of the President's cattle and camel herds at the Farato farms, and worth a lucrative sum of investment earlier presented to President Ma Ying-jeou of Taiwan through Vice President Jai Seidi whilst on official visit to the Smiling Coast.
It's from President Jammeh to President Ma, from President Ma to Gambian people again. I'm very happy on that.
But we said that since the inception of the Jammeh Foundation, the Taiwanese people, the government, have been doing a lot for the foundations ever since. And we cannot thank them anymore, but to say thank you and pray that the relationship we have between the two countries to go ahead as we wish that it should be.
The new investment by President Ma Ying-jeou of Taiwan are meant to be traded and proceeds plowed back to Jammeh Foundation for Peace for the financing of public welfare. The ceremony was attended by the Alcalo of Farato and some local dignitaries. Babukar Kamara, GRTS.
The Ministry of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment, Gambia Competition Commission and major importers of basic commodities say there are adequate stocks of basic commodities in the lead up to and beyond the coming Ramadan period. A news release from the Trade Ministry says this was established during a meeting of the said parties chaired by the Honorable Minister held on Wednesday the 30th of May 2012. The prices of basic commodities, the dispatch adds, will remain stable and generally falling despite of the recent appreciation of the US dollar against the dalasi. The release reveals that during the month of Ramadan, major importers will open retail outlets where consumers can buy at wholesale prices. The Ministry of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment assures the general public that government, under the visionary leadership of His Excellency the President, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Jammeh, will continue to work closely with the private sector to ensure the availability and affordability of basic commodities at all times. The release ends. Means of ensuring efficient management of the aid Japan extends to the Gambia was the subject of a consultative meeting between Gambian officials and their Japanese counterparts. Modu Jallo has more on that in this report.
Cultural produce in the Gambia depend on the rainfall patterns. The Gambia is one of several countries in the Sahel that enjoys the Japanese International Cooperation Agency's food aid program. The government of Japan and its people had a long-standing food security cooperation with the Gambia government and people of the Gambia. The rice and wheat flour grant, coupled with agricultural inputs from Japan, goes a long way towards stabilizing the market prices of those commodities, thus reduce the use of foreign exchange and the importation of such commodities as well. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture, Ada Gay, said the Japanese food aid have made positive impact on the food situation in the country.
On behalf of the government of the Gambia and the Ministry of Agriculture in particular, I wish to take this opportunity to thank the government and people of Japan and their agencies, namely the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, and the Japan International Cooperation System, JICS, in making this program successful and ongoing. The importance of this meeting cannot be overemphasized, following the receipt of food aid in the form of rice and wheat flour during the last 6 months.
Adagay says he is confident that with the caliber of people at the meeting, relevant issues will be addressed to reach concrete proposals for the efficient management of the Japanese grant. The first Secretary of the Japanese Embassy in Dakar, Takuya Sei, lamented on the earthquake and tsunami that wreaked havoc in some parts of Japan last year, adding that the Japanese government would continue to deliver food aid despite the fact that the Southeast Asian nation spent a lot of resources to restore the infrastructure destroyed by the tsunami.
The agriculture in the Gambia has been damaged, and the Gambia needs to import cereal from other countries. In this severe situation, I'm very happy to hear that the rice procured by Japanese Food Aid Program has arrived this month here in June. I believe it will make a great contribution to food security in the Gambia.
The Japanese International Cooperation Agency representative in Senegal, Kazunao Sibata, said the objective of Japanese grant assistance for the food and project named KR is to strengthen food security, reduce commercial imports and reduce capital transfer. The JICA official also said the meeting will pave the way for the realization of the stated project's goal.
I'd like to express my sincere